We started the morning off waking up to this phenomenal view from Lake Garda. Lake Garda is massive. There's a reason why a lot of people come to there, due to the fact that the water is obviously magnificent. The scenery, the views, the buildings are beautiful, and we decided for our first day, well, why not just go across the lake? It is possible for like $9. You got like a return ticket, which is phenomenal. The water, the mountains, kind of everything was just perfect in this day, except for that it was super duper warm and there was like literally barely any wind. But that's fine, that's alright, because the houses were phenomenal. A lot of these properties, or if I can say so, majority of them are B&B, so they are rented out for us tourists to take advantage of, pretty much to use the big castle in Lake Garda, which is something you see a lot in Italy, or boats, because people want to tour the place out, obviously. And around this area, which is very interesting, you can rent boats. Certain places they rent out jet skis, but most of them you can just drive without a license, because it's Italy. They still kind of live in the past, they go with it. And we saw this like building, which I don't think I've been in before, and I decided to take some shots of the boats. This is a particular boat that travels through the entire lake, goes to different places in the area. I didn't choose to do that because I felt like, nah, I'm alright. The shots were just phenomenal, and this was probably the nicest part of our entire trip in Lake, was just the views, the monuments, the history behind it. So this whilst I was looking up, and I was like, wow, that is quite nice. Only unfortunate thing that we underestimated was the prices of fuel in Italy, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. We decided to go up and hike a little bit on the top, and then we just decided, nah, it's alright, we're gonna go down, because the higher you go in Lake Garda, the less there is to do. And again, this boat travels through the entire lake. It stops at like 3-4 different places. And yes, these companies, they make a lot of money because it's almost all cash, which is understandable. We were hungry, it was lunchtime, and your boy, yes, I should probably be in prison, but I had pineapple on pizza. Do not hate on me, it is such a good flavor, that sweet and savory combination. I love it, and I had a cappuccino, and we decided to go into the center. It was siesta time, which meant that a lot of people were indoor. That's a thing with Spanish and Italian culture, is that siesta. Anyways, we decided to head over to this park and just kind of relax for a bit, see what there was around the area, and we luckily found a nice park where children were playing, and we decided we gotta get ourselves some dinner for the night. The meat is very good priced. It's actually insane how cheap meat is and how good it tastes. It was very nice and refreshing to see some kids play in the playground, because I feel like kids don't play that much outside nowadays. Could just be wrong, but at least when I grew up, I always played outside before, you know, the phone and everything got designed. Anyways, yeah, there's not much to really say about this, except that my view got obstructed by trees, and then we were pretty much kind of done with this side of Lake Garda and decided to head back on that boat. The castle is insane. I don't think I've actually ever personally been in the castle. We arrived, and I think it was 5-6 o'clock. A lot of people were starting to get inside, and we were like, you know, let's head to our hotel, chill out for a bit, go to sleep. And then we woke up the next day, and then we decided to go to Sirmione, which was from where we were, an hour drive with unfortunate traffic. This place is also very touristic, so you have to be very careful with the prices, which is unfortunate, but for the rest it is just an amazing place. Again, a lot of nature, a lot of hidden gems as well. For example, this little beach that we were walking across, I saw this cute little duckling family and felt like, man, that is just adorable, I gotta show you guys. And then it was, well, it was actually lunchtime, so we decided to sit down in a park, sit on a stone, and get watermelon. We have been literally eating nothing but watermelon, yogurt, eggs, and beef. And you know, your boy had to eat some of that watermelon. Yo, I'ma tell you, man, that shit does hit on a good, nice Sunday afternoon, or on a nice hot day, especially in the summertime. And we found this little, I guess, hidden trike park, whatever. It was very hidden, like you had to literally find it. Don't know if this is a reference to the Planet of the Apes, but it was interesting nonetheless. I didn't bother reading the information card because you know how I am, I don't care. And then it was decided to swim again. We wanted to swim. That's literally what we've been doing every time we see water. We're like, alright, we have to swim. And animals you notice here as well look very healthy. That is because they are very healthy in general. Again, this is one of those boats that travel the entire sea, and then Lake Garda was pretty much done and completed, and we decided to head to a mid-stop in Parma. And I have to be very honest, Parma was a rather disappointment. I think we both really underestimated the expectations, and we definitely didn't do our research properly about Parma because there was nothing to do there. So we decided after 2 hours, alright, we'll just check out some places. There were some shops luckily, which was more center in town, but these were the outside skirts of the center. I love the building, I love what it looks like, and the shops were insanely cheap. I mean, these shoes were like 25, 30 bucks. These were like 250. I was like, man, these are really dope, but I feel like New Balance is overpriced nowadays, but whatever. We're in Foot Locker, saw some Jordans, saw these, I think, Nike SB Dunks, Panda. I could be wrong, I'm not into shoes anymore. It doesn't get more Italian like this. A dude running in the shot, which was so funny. And we decided to go to a local vegetable store and look at the sizes and color of those vegetables and look at the price. It's insane. We decided to get a couple of bananas and then headed to our Airbnb for the night in La Spezia, if I'm not mistaken. This was a very cute, adorable little villa. I really enjoyed staying here overnight. You can see a little bit more of the layout. It's very simple, rugged, but I could definitely see myself living in one of these in the nearby future potentially, or maybe as like a second home. I would make it a little bit bigger, but for the rest, it is really nice. The color combination, the windows were super aesthetic, really nice. The bed on its own may look very unappealing, but trust me, it was actually super duper comfortable. And then it was time to head back and sleep. We're at the end of the video, at the end of the vlog, and I apologize for in advance if you hear people talking in the background. I was just not able to find a different place on the top of the mountain where I was able to record in peace and silence, so you're just gonna have to live with it. I'm in an Airbnb right now, or well, a very nice small little apartment. Italy, what is it like as a country? In my opinion, I think it is a phenomenal country. There were just some unfortunate events during our experience in editor, keep that in a video, that was funny. Some places we kinda underestimated, maybe over-expected certain things. Parma, for instance, was a shit show. Unfortunately, the people surrounding us didn't make us feel comfortable nor safe, and that's why I always park my car in garages, whether it's Rotterdam, Amsterdam, whatever, especially in an unknown foreign country. Yeah, I'm gonna have to park my car in a garage because it makes me feel safer, and I don't want my car stolen. Could you imagine, bro, being on vacation and your car gets stolen? Especially if you have no tracker and stuff on it. But anyways, the food, I mean, obviously the food is super duper good. Everybody knows Italians make the best pasta, the best pizzas. Everything is just great what they touch. Vegetables as well. Surprisingly very cheap, but I say surprisingly, but it comes straight from the source. Like, Italy is Mediterranean, right? So they're able to, in high seasons, grow olives, oranges, and do everything themselves. We in the Netherlands, we're not a Mediterranean country, don't have Mediterranean season, so we cannot grow a lot. We have to grow a lot of our stuff indoor due to the weather circumstances, but Italy can grow whatever they like. And the olive oil tastes something else. Whether it's organic, biological, or standard olive oil, it is up to taste. I don't really think brand matters that much. As long as it's just fresh, you should be good. The more north you stay up in Italy, the more expensive it's going to be, due to the fact that those are the first places you kinda hate when you enter Italy, depending on what side of the country you enter. We went through Switzerland, and from Switzerland we hit the north. We drove past Milano, and yeah, the prices are pretty horrific, traffic-wise, kinda crap as well. That's one thing you're gonna have to unfortunately stay and study with, is the fact that it kind of doesn't matter what time you leave, 4 or 5 in the morning, 6 o'clock at night, you're just gonna be stuck in traffic, unfortunate. But I guess it's also a life experience, you know, expect the unexpected. And we've definitely had a lot of our moments within traffic that we were like, we've been stuck for an hour or 2 hours. I think the worst traffic was that we were stuck for 2.5, 3 hours, and we moved not that far as well. But that's because it's high seasonal. A lot of people from all other countries and other places want to visit Italy, and it's definitely worth the money and the trip to go to Italy. But I strongly advise, from my own experience now, go to local places, skip the tourist places, or if you go to tourist places like Venice, Milan, back to your local place because it's worth it. You often get breakfast included. The people locally are much nicer. In general, Italians are very nice. Some may say they're straight to the point, but that's just a cultural thing. It's like us Dutch people. We don't bullshit. We are just straight to the point. The one thing about Italy, which some people would arguably say, is that they may be stuck in the past, considering a lot of stuff still goes old school, kind of like the UK, you know, Wi-Fi, cellular posts, very unusual. We don't do that in the Netherlands. Very old school buildings, but that's kind of what I like. I find it beautiful, the Mediterranean homing style. I think it's nicer than a modern home. That's just my opinion. And the public transportation in local places, it just doesn't exist, unfortunately. When I say it doesn't exist, I'm being serious. Like, it does not exist at all. So if you're gonna go to Italy on a road trip, I strongly advise, if you want to save money in the near run future, and you do this a lot, buy a camper for a good price. It is all depending on you. And if you don't want to do a road trip or that's not planned, just go on the plane and stay in a hotel, whatever you like. But trust me, you're gonna be so disappointed when you don't go to local places, because there are so many hidden gems, B&Bs, and etc. to find and look at. That's pretty much it. For the rest, there's not much else to add, except that I've had an amazing time whilst being in Italy. The people, the culture, it is just beautiful. The weather is insane. I mean, I'm sweating my balls off right now as I'm speaking and making this video, and it is like 24/7. When you live in Italy or go to Italy, I really pray to God that you have air conditioning in your room, because sleeping at night without one is not easy, let me tell you that. But hey, besides that, really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in hopefully